I didn't know the room would change my life. I thought it was just another diplomatic chamber, another cold, polished hall inside another alien city built to impress or intimidate visiting species. I had walked through dozens like it since humanity joined the Interstellar Compact. Marble floors, impossible geometry, floating lights that responded to emotion. Nothing surprised me anymore. That illusion shattered the moment I stepped inside. The doors sealed behind me with a deep harmonic thrum. The air shifted, warmer, heavier, charged with something I couldn't name. At the far end of the chamber stood 3 figures. 2 were unmistakably Valari nobles, tall, elegant, skin shimmering with faint bioluminescent veins. Between them stood a smaller figure, an alien girl. She couldn't have been more than 12 by human standards. Slender, pale blue skin, large reflective eyes. She wore a simple ceremonial robe, nothing like the armored regalia of the others. Her posture was rigid, as if she'd been trained to remain perfectly still. The moment her eyes met mine, she froze. Her breath caught, and then she gasped. "Mother," she whispered, voice trembling with disbelief. "It's him. It's him." The words echoed through the chamber like a shockwave. The taller Valari woman, clearly her mother, turned sharply toward her. "Lyreth," she said, startled. "Control yourself." But the girl didn't look away from me. She stared as if she were afraid I might vanish. The woman followed her gaze and locked eyes with me. Her expression changed instantly. Not to anger, to recognition. I felt my stomach drop. "You may leave us," the woman said to the attendants lining the walls. "Your Grace," one began.
"Now."
The room emptied in seconds. The door sealed again, leaving only the 4 of us. The woman, the girl, another elder Valari male who stood silently near the wall, and me. My heart pounded. "I think there's been a mistake," I said carefully. "I'm just a human envoy. Elias Ward. I was told this was a cultural exchange meeting." The woman studied me closely. Her eyes glowed faintly, as if reading something beneath my skin. "No," she said softly. "This is not a mistake." The girl took a step forward. "Mother," she said again more urgently. "He looks just like the dreams." My pulse spiked. "Dreams?" The woman raised a hand, stopping her daughter. "You shouldn't have seen him yet," she murmured. Then she turned to me. "My name is Queen Seralith," she said. "You stand in the inner chamber of the Aureli's throne."
"Queen."
Of course she was. I straightened instinctively. "Your Majesty." Her gaze never left my face. "Do you know why you were summoned here, human?" "No," I admitted. I was told only that my presence was requested. Her lips tightened. "Lyreth," she said, turning slightly. "Tell me what you felt." The girl hesitated, then spoke with quiet certainty. "When he entered the room," she said, "everything became loud. Not sound. Meaning. Like a story I already knew suddenly remembered me." I swallowed. The elder male near the wall inhaled sharply. "That's impossible," he said. "The resonant line ended centuries ago." "And yet," Queen Seralith replied, "my daughter recognized him instantly." She faced me again. "Remove your glove." I hesitated. "Your Majesty." "Please," she said more gently. Slowly, I removed the glove from my left hand. The mark on my wrist, something I'd had since birth, began to glow. It wasn't bright, just enough to be unmistakable. The girl let out a small, broken laugh. "I told you," she whispered. "It's him." The elder stepped forward now, eyes wide. "The signet of continuity," he breathed. "On a human?" "I don't know what that is," I said quickly. "I've never been able to explain this mark. Doctors on Earth said it was a genetic anomaly." Queen Seralith closed her eyes briefly, steadying herself. It is older than our empire, she said. Older than our species. She approached me slowly, not threatening, but reverent. Long ago, she continued, a civilization we call the architects foresaw the collapse of interstellar harmony. They created a safeguard, not a machine, but a lineage. Individuals marked at birth, scattered among younger species.
Why? I asked.
To remind us, she said, of who we were before power replaced wisdom. The elder shook his head. Your Majesty, if this is true, then he is a witness, the Queen finished. A living anchor to the original covenant. I felt dizzy. I'm not anyone important. I work logistics.
Supply routes.
Paperwork. The Queen smiled faintly. That is exactly the kind of person the architects chose. The girl, Lyreth, stepped closer, eyes shining. In my dreams, she said to me, you always arrived confused. I managed a weak smile, glad to be consistent. That earned a quiet laugh from the Queen herself. But the moment passed quickly. The covenant required a witness in times of fracture, Queen Saralith said. And the galaxy is fracturing again. She gestured, and a hologram bloomed between us, star systems flickering red. Conflicts, resource wars, rising empires testing borders. Your presence here means something has reached a breaking point, she said. I looked at the glowing stars. And what am I supposed to do? The Queen met my gaze. You are not meant to command or judge. You are meant to remind. The elder frowned. With respect, Your Majesty, symbols alone will not stop war. No, she agreed. But conscience might. She turned to her daughter. Lyreth, why did you recognize him? The girl hesitated, then spoke quietly. Because when I looked at him, she said, I felt safe, like the future hadn't closed yet. The room was silent. The Queen straightened. Human Elias Ward, she said, voice resonant and formal, by ancient right and living proof, you are recognized as a witness of the first covenant. She placed a hand over her chest and bowed. I panicked. Your Majesty, please. But then the elder bowed too. And then Lyreth. My knees nearly gave out. You will remain here for a time, the Queen said. Learn what you are. Decide whether you accept this burden. And if I refuse? I asked quietly. She met my eyes. Then the mark will find another. Eventually. I thought of Earth. Of ordinary people who would never know how close everything came to falling apart. I don't want power, I said. Good, she replied. Neither did the first witness. Weeks passed. I spoke before councils. I didn't command, I asked questions. I reminded leaders of treaties they'd buried, of promises their ancestors had sworn under starlight. Some listened, some didn't. But something changed. When tensions flared, they asked, what would the covenant say? When war seemed inevitable, someone would hesitate. Lyreth often sat beside me, listening. One day, as I prepared to depart for another system, she walked with me to the hangar. You're not staying forever, she said, trying to sound brave. No, I said, but I'll come back. She nodded. I know. Because of your dreams? I asked. She smiled. No. Because the story isn't finished. As my ship lifted into the stars, I looked down at the mark on my wrist, now dim once more. I hadn't entered that room expecting destiny. But when the alien girl gasped and said, Mother, it's him, she wasn't naming me. She was recognizing a responsibility the galaxy had almost forgotten. And for the first time, humanity wasn't just surviving among the stars. We were helping them remember who they were supposed to be. If you want next,